Hey everybody, down here again. Well, Karen's out showing off the pup to some of her co-workers up at the mountain. I thought I'd take the opportunity while her and Buster are gone for me and Bodie to get out and check out this spot where there's been a lot of deer activity. Who knows? Maybe a buck's dropped an antler up there, so come along. Me and Bodie are heading to a spot. There's a deer bed right here where we know the deer bed. There's a whole bunch of activity right over here. And Karen was in here the other day. So she said the deer were bedding on this one spot. I thought we'd set up a camera, see if it's any bucks, and they still got their antlers. Boy, they definitely been coming down here. Whew. And you see they've been pawing all on this hill, looking for acorns. I mean, it's big oaks all around here. Now, this hill that I'm talking about is up that way, just a few hundred yards. And yeah. Let's get in there and see what's happening. Jeez, tracks are everywhere. Come over here, jump over this little log. See if I can step over it or up on it. Wish I had my poles. Ooh. There we go. Come on, bub. Hey, think, Bodie. It looks like they're coming from all directions, heading in this one area. Could just be does, but we have had some buck activity in here, I'm sure. You know, this is a lot of snow we've got now, but the good thing about it is it's light and fluffy and the deer can get through it no problem. Lots of times, in the way the winters have been the last few years, you get this heavy crust because we get snow and then rain and then freezing temperatures, and it's a lot harder for the deer to get around. Huh, more deer poo, huh? Well, you got all kinds of treats. But look at this area right here. Big giant oak tree right there, and sure enough, they've been pawing for acorns here too. Going that way, going that way. I mean, more deer activity this winter than I've seen in a long time in this area. Where we want to go is up on that hill up there. So we'll follow these deer tracks a little bit. I'm just hoping we might find a shed. Oh, son of a gun. Poked me right in the face. Ouch. Whew. No blood, no damage, I guess. Hey, you, come on, get out of that deer poo. Jeez, look at this area here. I mean, it is all tore up. But again, oak tree, double oak tree. Tons of acorns this fall, that's for sure. But I love seeing this, where they're pawing down to the ground. And, you know, with all these hemlocks in here mixed in with the oaks, the snow is a lot, not quite as deep as in some of the more open places. But there's deer droppings everywhere in here. Bodie's probably having a field day. Probably won't need any supper tonight, will you? Come on, hey. Bodie, come. The deer are pawing for acorns and Bodie's pawing for deer poo. Hey, come on. Let's go. Atta boy, come on. There'll be plenty of deer poo. Let's go, bud. Let's get off the deer tracks. Get up on this hill. I sink in about a foot with every step. I'm wearing 25-inch snowshoes, which are probably a little lighter than I should wear. I have a pair of 36s, same snowshoe, just 36 inches long, but they're kind of a pain because they're so long. I prefer the 25s, even though I sink in a little bit deeper. I've been talking for 5 minutes and the camera was off, but we're up on top of this knob. Now there's a pretty good sized bed right there. Some pretty good sized droppings. There's a bed over there. There's a bed right there. Here's another bed right here. It was just a creaking tree there, Bodie. Look at this. Bed down there, there's a bed down there. Pond for acorns. And the tracks are going in every direction. There's another bed right there. I mean, this knob has always had beds on it in the winter. But what's today? The 4th or 5th of February. Usually the deer are gone from this area by the beginning of February. So I'm gonna set up a camera. I don't know what we'll get for action. They've been crossing the rock wall right there. They also going up that way. I think I'm just gonna put it on this big tree here. This is a big hemlock. I'm not sure what direction I want to point it in. I might point it in that direction so that the morning sun doesn't mess with the camera. There's just as much action going that way, so let's do that. Point it. I mean, it seems like there's just a ton of activity right here. Whew. Well, isn't that typical of me? There's no card in that camera. We'll have to come back. Well, I don't like seeing this right here. This is a porcupine trail. And you can see they drag that tail behind him. And he's headed that way, also headed up to the top. Looks like another one up here. That's usually when I have Bodie shed hunting in the spring. I like to have him wearing the e-collar because the last thing I want him to do is get tangled up with a porky. But when you see those trails like that, where it's just a path, that's definitely a porcupine. Bummer. I know we have a lot of porcupines in the area, but I hate seeing the tracks where I've got the dog. That's the last thing we want. You can see the difference between that trail and a deer trail. Well, isn't that typical of me? Did not check the camera before I left the house to see if it had a card in it. I'll be back. In the meantime, let me tell you a little bit more about Buster. It's been a blast. But I got to tell you, the first day when they met, from the last video you saw, Bodie's hackles were up a little bit. He wasn't sure what was going on, but eventually he was okay with the situation. But that first night when Buster had to get up about 2 a.m. to pee, and I stayed out with him for a little bit after we came back in, he tried to get up in the chair where Bodie was sitting, and Bodie was like, "Rah!" Yeah, very territorial. And I was a little worried about it, because then later on in the morning, I had Bodie sitting up next to me on the couch, and Buster tried to come over, and Bodie got down and really, didn't bite him, but gave him some serious growling and barking. And so I was a little bit worried. But after the second night, this morning, I wish I would have had my phone with me, because they were just playing up a storm. And I've got a few clips that I took with my iPad. I'll show you, but I think it's going to work out okay. It's just going to take Bodie some time to adjust that this pup's just not visiting. He's here to stay. I think that's one of the things Bodie's like, hey, it's been fun having you here. Now go home. But this is his home. So check out some of these video clips, and I will see you next time. All right, so this is the second morning that Buster was home with us. And as you can see, him and Bodie are just having a blast. And Bodie really seems to be digging it, but there are still times when he just doesn't want that pup to be around him. And he gets pretty vocal about it, and gives him a pretty good bark. He hasn't come close to biting him yet, so that's the main thing. I'm not worried about him setting his boundaries. I just don't want to see him actually bite the pup. But to be honest with you, Buster is not too intimidated by Bodie. He respects his boundaries until the next time he comes in, but he doesn't back off. He will on occasion, whoa, wipe out. He will on occasion run and hide behind the furniture, but he always comes out the other side looking for more. So far, so good. And after all that play, it's time to crash. Bodie picks a more comfortable spot. All right. Whew. We're back up here on this knob. I did decide to point the camera towards that rock wall where the deer were coming from. There's as much activity up there as there's down here behind me. But let me get my card in. All right, turn the camera on. This is my Garda Pro. This one is the A6. Start. I just put lithium batteries in it, so hopefully they'll last. All right, come on, bud. Oh man. All right, well, we're getting a good workout today. Putting on twice the steps I had intended, which is good. Oh, just my third time on this trail now. Down and then back and then back down. Got a pretty good path to follow in the future. I guarantee you, next time I come, this will be loaded with deer tracks. Unless they vacated the area like they usually do at the beginning of February. But I don't really know where they go. It's always been kind of a mystery. We'll follow them for miles and never find a place where they seriously spend a ton of time. All right, headed back to the truck. We'll catch you once we get back to the house. All right, well, that was a fun little snowshoe hike with Bodie. Went a little farther than I planned, but just like me to take out a camera without an SD card in it, right? I'm always forgetting something, whether I'm hunting or fishing or whatever, but oh well. Got a little bit more exercise than I originally planned. And how about that footage of Bodie and Buster? Buster is really coming into his own, and although Bodie's still, setting his boundaries and being a little bit territorial, it's all good. It's all good. Nothing too serious. So I'll continue to show you guys some footage. It's not going to be a puppy channel, but he's a huge part of our lives, and he's part of the Bucktails Outdoors team now. So I wanted to ask you or show you something else that I'm doing. A lot of you guys know I have another YouTube channel called Ragged Edge Lure Works. I started 2 years ago now painting lures. It was just about this time of year when I started painting lures when I was recovering from my Achilles. And as some of you know, that's turned into a small little business. But I have a really good friend, a young guy. His name is Aaron Dugan, and he's a combat veteran, did 2 tours in Afghanistan, came home with some serious PTSD, and has conquered his demons, but has started a nonprofit organization called Labyrinth Therapeutic Services, which specializes in serving veterans and first responders who are also struggling with those types of issues. So on my other channel, I originally painted up 20 of these square bills in what I'm calling a desert camo crappie pattern. And the goal, I painted 20 of them, and I'm selling them for $25 a piece. 100% of the proceeds are going to Aaron's nonprofit. And the first 20 sold in 2 days. And it was just from my video and from a Facebook post that I put up. And I was blown away by the response. So 20 of them at $25 a piece. My goal was originally to donate $500 to Aaron's nonprofit. But I went ahead and I painted 20 more. And you can see this one is 40 of 40. And these have been selling really well still. Not quite, 20 in 48 hours, but I think I only have 8 left. And it's been a week and a half since I posted that. So if you guys are at all interested in buying a kind of cool lure, definitely different than anything you're going to find on the shelf, that's for sure. But if you guys are interested in supporting a really good organization and a good cause, helping our veterans and first responders, reach out to me. I still have 8 more of these left. And hopefully by the time this posts, I hope they won't all be gone. But right now I've had such a great response from people buying these lures, but also throwing in extra money or just sending me money to donate to the cause. Originally I wanted to donate $500. Right now there's about $800 in the kitty. And if I sell all 40 of them, I'll probably be around $12 or $1,300 that I can donate. So once again, reach out to me here. I'm taking payment via Venmo, and hopefully I'll get some response from you guys. But I am going to paint 10 more, and then I'm going to do similar to what I did when Bucktails Outdoors first started painting lures. I'm going to be painting up 2 really cool, much bigger, one jointed rat, and I'm not sure what the other one's going to be. I have a couple of big swim baits that I'm going to paint up, jointed swim baits. And so if you buy one of these lures, and just like in the previous contest, if you catch a fish with it and you send me a picture of that fish with a lure in its mouth, I'll enter you into the drawing. And on the 4th of July, what better date, right? I'm going to be giving away both of those other lures. So hop on board, man. Get a cool lure, help a really great cause, and put yourself in the running to potentially get some other really cool lures. Yeah, that's my sales spiel, whatever. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.